One Olympic medalist replaced by another in the commentary box. Mark Hunter's made way for Sarah Winklis, also a steward here at Henley. Morning, Sarah. Some good racing already, and we have another Fawley line-up now. Neptune against the Tideway Scullers. This is their C boat. Ready to go.
Amazing strength and depth from Scullers this year. I think it's 9 crews in the main draw that they've achieved across all Remenham, from the elite women into these Fawley crews, of which they have 3 in the main draw.
So Tideway Scullers there at the bottom of the picture, and now closing in on Neptune from Ireland. They're being made to wait. Adds to the drama and the tension. Got to wait till 10 o'clock where this race has been scheduled to start. Very punctual here at Henley Royal Regatta.
Yeah, look at Neptune there. They're poised already, aren't they? It looks like they think that the umpire might move at any point. 20 years since Neptune were here at the Regatta, and first time in this junior event, so perhaps not the corporate memory or club memory of what happens here at the Regatta. They're certainly looking poised, whereas Scullers a little bit maybe more experienced, people who can tell them about what happens, sitting there relaxed, just watching for the umpire to stand up, which is the signal that things might proceed.
So quadruple sculls, the junior men, single boat clubs and single schools. Henley Rowing Club last won this back in 2011, starting as favourites in this competition this year round in the Fawley.
Get ready, please.
64 entries in total. Just about ready. Ever fancied the role of starter down there, lying on the front, holding the boat, Sarah?
Well, I'll be in that little white box this afternoon talking to them.
Yeah, that is a role that doesn't surprise me for you. When it rains, I'd like to see you lying holding the front of the boat for a few hours.
I used to do it as a young lady, actually.
Go!
It's one way to earn your ticket.
Right, here we go then. The Fawley. Neptune against the Tideway Scullers, and Neptune on the Berkshire station just zipping out towards mid-water. They've corrected that. Tough without the cox. We'll have a close eye on the Tideway Scullers are doing the same thing, and the umpire's having to intervene here. The boats came close there, and yeah, the umpire's getting busy with the flag.
Yeah, just important really for these crews that they settle down, they get themselves into the right piece of the course. As we say, there's plenty of room, but it can feel when you're sort of going towards each other that there isn't. And it's key that now both these crews settle down and get into the racing.
And the steering, such a big part of what they're about. Julius Fenton in the bow seat for the Tideway Scullers. He was really glancing around trying to get his bearings as they came out of Temple Island and into the race proper. This is another tight race, isn't it? Nothing between them.
Yeah, a proud moment for these young men to be representing their club. That Neptune boat, I know they all had their HRR caps on, and look at them, the Scullers there we're looking at, calm, cool, collected. They'll have done side-to-side work with their other Fawley quads, I'm sure, this week in their preparation, and they'll be used to this.
Yeah, that was Jack Butler, you could see in the stroke seat for Neptune.
Yeah, Jack Butler there, coached by his father, Com. He'll be sitting on the launch watching, along with the other Neptune supporters. And look at this, they're both crews, they're settling into really nice rhythms there. Tight racing at this stage.
Very tight racing, yeah. Early on in the race. Nobody will be able to tell you who's going to win this one. In the green and black, Neptune settled into a nice rhythm. In fact, they look really smooth now, don't they? They've settled into a terrific rhythm.
Yeah, but when you look at that Neptune crew, it's just a little bit higher than the Scullers crew. And look at how relaxed the Scullers boys are, having a little bit of a look outside. Bowman there just calling to his crew, letting them know what's going on, and I suspect he'll be asking them to move with Neptune if they can.
This will be played out over the kilometre of the course. Long races here at Henley, 2,112 metres. Stanley Marathon. We're discussing the conditions. It's pretty much perfect for Henley Royal Regatta. It's not too hot, it's very still. The water's still, not much of a current because we haven't had much rain to talk of recently here.
Yeah, it's very, very dry out there, and it's no current, as you say. We've had a slight tailwind for the last 2 days and some really quick times. That wind today has dropped. The water is beautiful, allowing the rowers to showcase their best rowing, if you like. And yes, Tideway Scullers here, you can see they're still pressing this on. But I think when we pan over to Neptune, we might see that they have made the best of this middle part of the race, that higher rhythm, but now they've come down, they're pressing it through beautifully with their legs. Their finishes really, really clean and together in that quad. And you can see the pain on their faces, but they're making it work. They're being really, really efficient with it.
Yeah, that move has taken something out of them, hasn't it? Jack Butler there, with the face etched in pain. But they might have done enough. They've got a length, haven't they, so far? Still a lot of rowing to be done, though. You can see the town in the far distance. Can't come quickly enough for Neptune.
And there's we see the signal boxes, the 1x1 for Neptune going up. And the signalman will be considering 3/4 length at the moment for ahead, and they'll be calling out the times. And we've been talking about fast times. There's a few records that stood a long time, and if we just get that tailwind, I think we could see. This event has been fantastic. 64 crews wanted to be part of this. This has been made bigger for the main draw. 24 crews now in the main draw because of the strength and depth of these quads.
Windsor Boys School won Fawley quads last year. Maidenhead aiming for a triple crown in this one amongst the 64 entries. Sydney Rowing Club, obviously, and we've got the junior men out on the water at the moment. It looks like it'll be Neptune from Ireland who'll go through at the expense of the Tideway Scullers, but you wouldn't want to get ahead of yourselves, and Tideway Scullers keep looking round, and they look like they've got a plan here.
Oh, they're absolutely tough men for Tideway there, and they've all been training as part of this really good squad, and they'll be used to having these tough battles. But look here now, Neptune are just that little bit ahead. The bowman, he's having to turn his head right round to check on the progress of the other crew, and that can feel that gap when you're in that bow seat can feel bigger than it is because of how your brain works. Interesting, in the strokes of the other crew, or in the middle of the other crew, I always wanted a bit more as well. It's you want to make sure that you do make the most of these moves and keep moving away. Neptune's still up there, still racing. Tideway Scullers still in touch.
Yeah, Tideway just trying to force some sort of error from Neptune. Keep pushing them, keep hounding them. Neptune, whose season, in fact their year, has been blighted by strong winds over in Ireland. I suppose that's fairly typical. Haven't had too many regattas to compete in because of difficult rowing conditions out in Ireland, but they'll be very happy with conditions here. Just the most gentle of breezes as they head towards the line, and well, have a look at that body language and facial expression. Jack Butler doesn't look like he's much enjoying it. He'll be enjoying the win potentially, but I don't think he's enjoying the pain to deliver it.
We've seen a few faces like that over the years. Though Hamish and Bond famously in their early racing definitely had that kind of look, and it does hurt rowing. We can't lie to you in any way, shape or form, but when you cross the finish line, that pain is soon forgotten. And competing in front of the Henley Wednesday morning crowds there, they really will be appreciating what's going on here. Tideway Scullers still in touch, still pushing on, but it's Neptune who are going to make sure of this as they do the final few strokes.
Yep, the Irishmen heading for the line now. Neptune have got this race in the bag. Good performance from them, and some credit to the Tideway Scullers for making that the contest it was. Over the line they go. Another competitive race, and both boats acknowledging each other, because I know they're in a good battle there.